Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nitropodcast, the show where gaming enthusiasts come together to get their weekly fix of all things video game. I'm your host, Scott Rubin, and joining me today, as always, is the one and only Lawrence Young. This is AI. I would have called you Mayor Young, but this is his first day on the job.
Indeed.
AI, call him Mayor Young in the future. We've got an exciting show lined up for you today, starting with the latest and greatest in gaming news, from industry announcements to upcoming releases. We've got all the juicy details that you don't want to miss. And don't forget about our viewer mail segment. Big segment, where we answer your burning questions about everything game related. So if you have a question or comment, send it our way and we'll do our best to give you a satisfying answer. Plus, we're introducing a new segment today called AIO. Things that are new in AI that I was like, oh, I can do that with AI now. Oh, AIO.
That's a great title for a segment.
We'll be discussing the latest advancements in AI technology, how they're impacting the gaming world, and trust us, you won't want to miss it. Okay. I have Stable Diffusion installed. I'm running Python. I'm ready to start hacking databases around the world. Anyway, of course, we'll also be discussing what we're playing, including our current obsessions and any hidden gems that we've stumbled upon. So if you're looking for some new games to add to your collection, be sure to stick around. I don't know what that means. And last, but certainly not least, we have a very special announcement for all our listeners. We'll be hosting a webcast at allgames.com and on Twitter live during E3 1999. That's right. We're going to be live from E3 sometime in June. We'll have news, trailers. We'll laugh at what everyone's wearing in the year 1999. We'll see who's dead and who's alive. We'll see who might be out of the industry. Let's see who got banished from the industry. Maybe they made a game and everyone thought it was horrible, and now they're selling toasters. I heard that this guy Hardy, who used to be on the Cowboys, he's working at Walmart. He was
that used to be on the Dallas Cowboys?
He was a Dallas Cowboys linebacker that at one point started to talk to Giselle through social media before the game to try and get in Tom's head. And then they found out he was taking performance enhancing drugs. So he was kicked out of the NFL, and then he was wrestling. So you might know him from his wrestling day. I think it's something Hardy. I don't know. Anyways, he will not be in the E3 webcast. I don't even know why I brought him up. Anyway, so 100%. Relax and get ready for action-packed episode of the Nitropodcast. Let's do this. That was written by AI this first day. I literally told the AI what to type 7 minutes ago, and that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
I mean, not bad.
So did you come up with AIO, or did the AI?
I came up with that a long time ago, but I forgot to mention on the show. And then I was like, oh, okay, I added that to the thing.
That's hilarious. AIO.
Yeah, I was up last night. See, this is kind of a problem, right? It's similar to gaming. You start to install something. I don't know if this is loud enough. That was pretty bad, actually. You start to install something, and then you start to figure out how it works, and then you start to run different applications or batches of processing things, and then you just want to run the next one, and then you want to try the next one. And so I have installed Stable Diffusion, which is essentially a way to generate images using artificial intelligence by using trained data sets. So there's a website, and maybe I should actually pull the website. That's pretty cool what's going on, but also very scary, because what we're witnessing is everything that was done on the internet is now a part of this kind of sweeping up of content to make available via artificial intelligence. So it's not the artist, but it's the inspiration from that artist. And that is a big debate and argument. But I would argue every artist, even before digital,
Right.
were inspired by something they saw. No, unless blind artists. Those are the only people that can really be like, you know what? We're really artists. Everyone else has been influenced by what, and even the blind artists, you could probably say they're influenced by what they've heard and what they've read via books.
Right.
And I'm sure you can get descriptions of art. And so the question becomes, what is an original piece of art? What is art in itself, right? And then you go, oh, look at these NFTs of some character. That's not art. But you search for abstract art gallery Paris, and you'll see these 10-foot canvases that are just red with like a dot of yellow. And that's art. And that could sell for $7 million. And nobody in that world would even blink at it.
Right.
So I think we're in this real interesting time where the idea of art in itself is not only changing, but it's been unleashed. Everyone's an artist. And I don't think out of 100 people, more than 10 have spent time with Midjourney and these stable diffusion tools, these abilities to kind of AI tools. But it's every day, it's like getting bigger. It's like the balloon, like slowly filling up. And it's like, you don't notice, at some point, the explosion is going to happen, right? Like, it's like the internet. I spent a couple of years making websites, doing shows, all this crap. Nobody knew it, saw it, heard it. And even my family members didn't understand it.
Yeah.
But it existed for years before. I will never forget the day my mother called me and she's like, CNN just had CNN.com on the screen. They're mentioning your website. And I was like, yeah, like that's what I've been doing, I have a website. And so AI now, I just feel like if you're not figuring out how your world might intersect with it, you're going to miss out. I actually posted this, how when the internet came out, I wasn't in a 9-to-5 corporate job. I wasn't raising a family. I was going to school at that time. So I had all this extra time to fuck around and find out what you could do on the internet. And I did. And it led to a business, but there was this kind of like Old West mentality in the beginning where, you know, you could get domain names, you could get the first this, the first that, and we're going to see that with AI. But what's amazing is that if you would have asked me 8 months ago, the stuff, some of the art I saw on the NFT marketplace, like if you would ask me a few months ago, is that something that you could do yourself? Bless you. There you go.
Thank you. Pardon me.
And it's like anybody can do it. And there's a lot of people putting themselves out there as like a guru of prompts, like, oh, if you want to get this hot Asian girl that's a ninja doing this, you got to use it. But what I've found is, for the most part, you can just go Asian ninja hot, boom, and it's going to give you that, and then you can just have it iterate that over until you get what you're looking for. And so the days of like even having to know what you wanted in the beginning are over. You just have a thought, and then once you see what it comes up with, you kind of point it in each direction. And you haven't spent any time with this. You have no idea what any of this really looks like, right? In terms of like the interface and how you do it.
Like as far as AI art?
Yeah.
No, I haven't messed with any AI art, period.
You know, there's nothing about everything you've heard and read and listened to over the past 4 weeks that made you go, what the fuck am I doing? Why aren't I in this AI art? Or is it literally like, I'm not an art guy? So it's like, if I told you, hey, there's some cricket, you could go play cricket with the top cricket players around the corner. I don't really care about cricket. That sounds cool, but like, I'm not going to run out and go play cricket just because it happens to be around the corner.
I mean, I kind of feel like I'll say this. I've seen a lot of AI art, and I think a lot of what I actually have, like what AI is doing in the art space, it in and of itself, as far as the art itself, interests me. As far as like me saying, "Oh, well, I need to generate AI art." I don't know. Yeah, I've never. There's no part of me that's ever been like, "Oh, I
Okay.
should need to get down with that," because I'm just like, I guess what am I generating AI art for exactly? And I might come to
The
something where I'm
memes.
like, I need art. The memes, right? Like I might need
I mean,
art. I
just
might
the
be like, oh, let
idea
me
that
do
you
it.
could be like Bowser and Sonic getting drunk in
Hmm.
Splatoon, right? Like just
Yeah.
all this wacky stuff that you can come up with. Now you can
Hmm.
actually just like have it come to life. And that even that's not really appealing to you.
I mean, it's like I like the idea. I like what when other people do. It's almost like the game um Super Mario Maker,
Right.
right? You have some people that are
Mario
like,
Maker.
I'm here to make levels. And
Mhm.
I want to mess around and be the level maker that is like the best level maker in Super Mario Maker, right? And then there's some people that are like, I just want to go try stuff. I want to go play. And that's
Right.
it. And so I think I'm that guy in this space where I'm just like, I don't, there's no part of me that's ever said, oh, I need to go make some AI art, but I want to see it. Like I saw like I've seen those lists where they're like, uh, AI generated art of like every country as a superhero. And I'm
Right.
like, huh, that's interesting to me. And it's interesting to see what an AI thinks is like the the characteristics that define a particular place. Like why does, I look at the picture and I'm like, I wonder why AI thinks this is what, Somalia as a superhero looks like.
Right. Good. Okay.
Yeah,
But
but
what
I don't
about even
but
your
outside that.
you're a fan of like comics, right? Isn't there
Right.
some like impossible comic combination that you would be like, oh man, if I could just get Wonder Mutt with She-Hulk, I would have all my dreams
Well,
come true. I just feel like there's gotta be guys like that. And
well,
I
but
thought you would be like that. Like you would at least be like,
comics have been doing that for years though, and that's the
yeah,
whole thing.
but you were never the guy that got to choose who the combo was, right?
Yeah, and that's true, but at the same, I guess it's like one of those things where I'm like, in my mind, I'm like,
Mm,
I can definitely come up with a combination of characters that has probably never been amalgamated before.
right.
But at the same time, if it hasn't happened, a part of that might be for a reason. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
All right. Well, here we go. Let's do this right now live. Mayor Young. We're gonna
Okay.
add. We're gonna add. How do I add the web page? Share screen and then image creator. Okay. Here we go. All right. Look at this. So now Mayor Young on this
Yeah.
side of my screen here. Oh God, I gotta. Where are you? Oh, I lost you. Oh my God. I shouldn't do this
Oh, you
live.
lost me?
Yeah. Well, the
Are you
video of
trying
you.
to?
There we go. Okay. There you are. All
Oh,
right.
okay.
I guess it's the whole thing. Okay. So now I have you over here. And then how do we add
I got
what
it.
I have? All right. You add it. There we go. Okay. So
Bam.
now this is Bing Image Creator. Okay. Now Bing is Microsoft. They secretly went in and did this deal with OpenAI to incorporate it. So if you want the latest version of like AI that's connected to the internet and can answer questions about relevant things, Bing might be
Hmm.
the way to go right now. Now, if you are using the Chat GPT that's like free, you're gonna be able to kind of use that, and it ends like in 2021. There's no relevant info. The database kind of stops in 2021. So that's the difference right now. Some people have access to the newer one, but most people get the other one. So now uh, Bing's image creator uses DAL-E, which is what Google is also using, and
Hmm.
you can type in anything. So give me a
A
comic
prompt? Let's do it.
something. Yeah,
Okay, do this, Scott. Do the original X-Men in the
original
style
X-Men.
of of Splatoon Inklings. Let's see if
Pinklings,
what
Pink,
Inklings. INKLI. Yeah, let's.
Here we go.
So yeah, original X-Men in the style of Splatoon Inklings. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what happens.
Here we go. It's thinking. Look at how fast it's thinking, Mary Young. If I gave this to an artist working at my company, he'd be like, I'm going for coffee and a cigarette. I'll be back in 20 minutes. And by the time he got back from his break, DALL-E would be done.
And I feel like that's a simple request. So let's see what happens.
Oh, look at this.
Let's see. Okay.
What do we got here?
It's an okay picture. It doesn't quite look like Splatoon or the X-Men. Is there another? Okay, that's better, but yeah. See,
I think what's happening here is it doesn't want to piss off licensees. So
so it's trying not
being gimped a little bit, right? And and even the comic one is being gimped, right? It's not really clear what it is. And this is like when I tried to put in Tesla Cybertruck to make something, it refused to use an image of the Cybertruck. It like made some crazy.
That's interesting. Okay, so you have to use something like a little less non-licensed.
Well, but that's because it's Bing. Like now I have let's see if I can do this live. I don't even know if I can do this.
I can take this off if you like while you transition to the next thing.
I'm gonna launch Mary Young. I'm about to launch my Python web UI-user.bat. It's a batch file that ChatGPT created for me so that I can launch Python without knowing what the hell I'm doing.
Hey, look, make sure before. Listen, kids, anytime you want to launch your Python, make sure you get consent first.
Exactly. Do not launch your Python without getting explicit in writing permission. If you go to college now, you have to get permission to use your Python. Absolutely.
Now here, launch a Python.
All right, so now it's doing all this cool stuff. I wish I could show you. I'm going to turn this around here. Like, look, it makes it look like I actually know a code.
Oh,
right?
wow.
So it's basically launching this code and these things like Torch Pi and G Radio. Okay, so now it's saying, okay, we made it. You can go open up a browser and actually see what our tool is. So I click this.
Okay.
And now I'm going to share. Okay, can you? Oh no, wait a minute.
Yeah, I can share that. I can add that.
See, but it's saying a different.
Oh, that's not. Oh, that's a different screen.
Okay. Share screen. Stable diffusion. Okay, so this is running locally on my computer. So
okay.
Let's see, get rid of that. Bring this over here.
Look, do you want us to be showing this? Is that okay?
You can see that, right? Okay. So text to image. Now we're going to try the same thing again. XMen in the style of Nintendo's Splatoon. Authentic. Nintendo game style. XMen real. Photorealistic. All right, I don't know.
Photorealistic. That's going to get us.
All right, here we go. All right, so it starts running all this stuff on my computer. And you can't see it, but it's basically going total progress 100, total progress 100. So it's basically just running my description against a data set. And every time it finds something that may be a confirmation of the prompt, it says yes. And then it'll go back and start to take away anything that doesn't match the prompt. So here we go. This is what we got.
Now, that's really interesting because, like, you know, you asked for photorealistic. And I feel like if you're talking about Splatoon in a photorealistic style, that could be it. That could. The only thing is that, you know, technically it would be like tentacles in the hair because, you know, they're like squid kids or whatever. But I might look at that and be like, okay, those might be Splatoon
All right,
people.
so let's take
Maybe.
photorealistic out, right? And
Yeah,
then
maybe
here's
take
the
that
thing.
out.
What you do is you go here to this here CFG scale. Okay. So the CFG scale is classifier free guidance scale. How strongly should the image conform to the prompt? So the prompt is X-Men in the style of Nintendo Splatoon, authentic Nintendo game style, X-Men real, Squid Kids, right? So the higher the number, right?
Mm-hmm.
House on it. Lower value is more creative. So if you want it to kind of go off on its own and be AI, you lower it. If you want it to be very close to what I typed, you move it up. And then we can say make 2 batches, right? And make 4 in each batch. 4
Okay,
options
cool.
for us. And then sampling step, we're going to bump up to 25. That's how many times it's checking. And so the negative prompts is no. Nothing. I don't know. You can tell it to like no mangled faces and stuff like that to get it. But let's just see how this goes. Ready?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah,
Boom.
that might work better.
Here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Whoa. See, now it shows you progress. So it's like showing you as it's actually doing that denoising query back and forth. This is right. This is wrong. This is right. This is wrong. And you can change the checkpoint data set this goes against. So this is a basic one. See up here, stable diffusion checkpoint. So this is called Zoya RPG. Oh, okay. Hold on. So I have this checking up against a data set that is RPG heavy.
Oh.
So it's running it against a data set of like orcs and stuff like that.
Yeah. You want to take that off then.
So let's take a look though what it gave us.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got this.
I don't know what that is.
Well, we told it to really stick to the prompt. So it's like X. X. Yeah. See? X. Too much. Right? I have this thing all the way up to 29. Here, she made it.
Yeah, that almost looks like a Splatoon character.
Actually. Look at that.
That is very cool. Yeah.
And so,
interesting. That almost looks like a Splatoon character right there. And
that is a
cool it kind of has this. It has a superhero motif.
But dude, like if I posted this on Instagram a year ago and said, "Hey, look at this thing I made," people are like, "Holy shit, man, you're fucking incredible! I mean, give me $100 to make a girlfriend version." Like
it's true.
Like my mom. And now it's a click. Okay, so now let's go back. I mean, this. I'm telling you, it's just like. And then you can upscale, and then you can do. Let's lower this down. You can do things where, like, oh, I don't like how the eyes look, so you can send it to in paint, right? And then you go here, choose a little pen, right? And then you can just mark the area you want. Like, let's say you wanted this to be a gun. You highlight this and color it in, right? And then you tell the AI to put a. You say. What was the gun from Gears of War?
The chainsaw. What is it? Chainsaw rifle?
Chain gun.
I'm sure it has a better name than that. I don't remember what it is.
It's called that. Photo real.
Real quick, while we're waiting, Jeremy Berg says the great thing about having different AI image creator options is that they don't all abide by the same rules and standards. Right. Some don't seem to really care about copyright infringement.
Yes, well, certainly when you run it local, you won't have to worry about that at all. So, all right, so it updated, and look, you can kind of see what.
That definitely
did here, but you can
looks
go
more
back
like
and
that.
Be like, all right, make it more, denoising strength. So, determine how little respect the algorithm should have for the image content. At 0, the picture doesn't change at all. At 1, you get a completely unrelated image. So this is 0.75. So I want it to stick with the style of our anime, right? So I'm going to lower it to be closer to the anime. Whoa, I lost my camera. Oh, I think I just lost power.
Uh-oh. We can hear you still.
Oh, my iPad literally just died. So you
Oh,
lose me.
no.
Yeah, it's charging. All right. Anyway,
Oh,
so you
okay.
can change the scale again. We're gonna change this up. We want it to conform to the prompt. So higher value, and then we're gonna see if it can turn that into a better looking version of that chain gun. And so we're gonna say generate. Oh, you know what's happening is my stupid iPad decided to update the operating system during the
Oh,
stream. Luckily, I wasn't
that
using
makes
it for my
sense.
mic. Okay,
Right.
so here's yeah, it's garbage. That's garbage, right? So now
Yeah.
we're
I don't know what that
realizing
is.
that it doesn't even know how to fix that. So you have to kind of go back, and you'd have to, there's just ways to specifically change that. Anyway, so we go back. Let's go back here, and where were we? Text to image. We lost our piece here. XMen in the style of Splatoon.
Yeah.
Nintendo real.
Don't put
Authentic.
real. Take out real, but maybe authentic. Because
Okay.
I feel like real is gonna try to make
Yeah.
it like
And then we're going to change our checkpoint from that RPG one to this one here, which is pruned safe tensors. I said sometimes you have to make sure you use these safe ones because at some point people thought they were hiding malware inside of these giant databases. And so there are some that are less flexible, but
got it.
more safe. And then there are some that are not safe 100%, but they can do more. They have more flexibility as an archive data set. So, all right. So what happened
And
here?
how did you find that out? Like you read
Okay.
that or
So last night I did a deep dive. I was getting frustrated
uh-huh.
that I wasn't getting what I wanted in terms of like
Uh-huh.
information, and
Uh-huh.
the stuff that I was trying to do wasn't really coming out. And so I found
Uh-huh.
a YouTube video, and the kid
Gotcha.
was awesome.
Got it.
Young text to image, XMen style Splatoon, sampling steps 42. Let's see how strong it conformed to the pop. Very not XY, but yeah. All right, here we go.
Ty
So
Claus
now
says you need to recharge that iPad.
right. Well, that wasn't even the power. It was just like I connected it,
Yeah.
and it was like, oh, you
It
need to update. See, now
yeah.
this one's not giving me anything. That's weird. So let's see. Batch.
It's just not giving you an image at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like X-Men style. No fakes. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's not like it. I don't know if it's maybe. Hold on, did I shut my? Oh, it could be because iTunes. I don't know. Anyway, so obviously I've spent way too much time doing this, but I've also been able to create completely brand new product shots for ice cream for Nitropod. So
Really?
yeah, so like somebody would say, "Hey, I can take ice cream beauty shots for you."
Right.
It would take about $1,000, right, for their time, and then the editing,
Right.
and then
Right.
photos and setup, and it's my time and their time, and it's got to be just right, and the colors.
Right.
Instead, I took the pictures of my ice cream, I fed it through the AI, and had it upscale and enhance, whatever. Beautiful. So, and then I was able to do things like, okay, I have a cotton candy ice cream. Uh, give me a vision. You can check my Instagram at Nitropod for cotton candy ice cream, and it came up with this cool visual that demonstrates cotton candy ice cream that's better than any picture I could have taken. So it's helping
Can we
me.
see it?
Yeah.
I want to see the product shots. Like it's interesting just because, I have my friend who has the bakery in Illinois, and he he does cheesecakes, and he'll like feature cheesecakes, like every 2 weeks, like have like a particular featured cheesecake, and he'll take his own product shots.
Yeah.
Because he's like, I gotta advertise. And so it's just interesting, the idea that is something that can, the AI can help with that.
Oh, I should take my camera off.
No, you can't it'll take your audio too.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I'm trying to, like, I was thinking about that myself too, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know that there's not a way to have you on mic.
Oh, there it is. Okay, there we go. So you can see the cotton candy picture.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of them. Like, that's just the one that I grabbed, but like I had a few that I really liked, and I did it for all of them: chocolate, coffee. And I'm not selling like a shirt where if you show me some rendered version of the shirt that doesn't match, you're going to be pissed. Like, I'm selling a flavor. So this is really, in some places you might be like, that's false advertising. Your ice cream doesn't look like that. Right. So, you got to be careful. You don't want to mislead people.
Right.
But for some stuff, it really works well. Yeah. So that's it. So I'm embracing it. I'm using it to write scripts. I had my sister-in-law's in town. She's going to Budapest with her fiance, and I was like, nice. Oh, how about an itinerary for Budapest? She's like, yeah, that would be amazing. So there it was. I asked ChatGPT for a 2-day detailed itinerary for Budapest, Copenhagen, and it came back with this incredible detailed itinerary for her. I mean, wow. In 2 seconds, and no ads and no like digging 10 pages deep in an article about Copenhagen.
Right.
Like, that's the real win, is time, right? You search for something on Google, sure, you might find it, but you have to wade through a bunch of garbage. And I think this is the natural evolution of bloodsuckers, right? Like, Google has been vacuuming up all our data and making Google so powerful that we literally shunned Yahoo and Bing and all these alternatives just because Google had made the product so compelling. And now, just like Friendster and MySpace and hopefully eventually Facebook, the internet is purging Google. It's like, no, you fucked us. You tried to scam us all. And now the people who see a better way have unleashed the next level. Now, who knows if ChatGPT and OpenAI become even more Orwellian, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
We don't know. That remains to be seen. But we've been deshackled from Google. And that's a big deal. I think it's a really big deal. And I think we're soon going to be deshackled from Amazon. I think Amazon has gotten to a peak. You can see it with their stock. You can see it with their revenue. They're not making as much money anymore because there are, Walmart and all these other ways to get stuff instantly, right? And so Amazon's been really putting everything into their cloud business. And even that has been struggling as, there's other players now. There's Oracle, and there's just other players, and it'll be interesting to see where Google ends up 5 years from now, because as someone who grew up on the internet, Yahoo was as big as you can imagine.
100%. And it's definitely been pushed to the side. It's interesting though, because it always has to, I always have that phrase in the back of my head where they're like, if you're getting something for free, then you're the product, right? You know what I'm saying? Or if they're not being charged, then you're the product. Right. It's like, we knew that or came to learn that with, places like Google, where, it's like, okay, they were using the data, and the data turned out to be more valuable than what they were giving us for free. But then it's like, okay, like you said, with ChatGPT, it's like, you can't help but like kind of feel like, okay, it's that same kind of deal, right? So it's like I'm able to do this for free. But I guess the only thing I can say that kind of makes me feel a little bit better is that it does have like a subscription element to it, right? So it's like they've decided that they can make some money in some different ways, but I'm just like, I don't know, man. That most of us aren't paying, so it's like, what are they getting? Like, what do the prompts? What do those prompts like tell them about the people that are using them?
Well, it's just making the system smarter. It's using everyone's query. Like when that thing first started,
Mm-hmm.
people were dumping their taxes in, people were dumping in court
Mm-hmm.
documents, and it's like a machine, right? It's just going to keep taking it, regurgitating it, and making it better. And so I feel like
So that what they get from it is
more data, a more powerful library from which others will have to play catch up. And that's kind of what's going on with Tesla. Like they have their cars on the road always sending back the data from self-driving. So when it comes to a corner that it's having trouble navigating, there's a button that the person can send, and it just, boom, it now adds that to, oh, this is now a left turn instead of a right. So it's constantly getting that data. Whereas NVIDIA and the others that are doing self-driving, they're using a simulation. So NVIDIA's got what they call like World 2, I forget what it's called, but it's Omniverse or something like that, where they're simulating the whole planet. They're simulating a town, so that if you're going to put in cell towers, they'll use the Omniverse simulation from NVIDIA to find out where the weak spots are, where it's going to have trouble reaching, because it simulates everything, the data, the building height, right? So when you train your self-driving software in NVIDIA simulation, all you're getting is whatever they put it in there in the first place, right? So they made this simulation, it's based on data, but then you're only going to be getting results from that simulation, whereas Tesla's using real world data from actual cars. So it's learning from real improvements as opposed to a sandbox. And I think that's going to eventually be a big difference. Because they have all that data in the cars, whereas NVIDIA is a closed box software that eventually will be able to get that, but it's not yet. Why am I not able to log into YouTube?
I don't know. Wait, so Jeremy Berg said RIP iPad. Did that joint update, or is it just like no?
It's halfway.
Freaking iPad
halfway updated.
You gotta make it so that thing has to ask you.
Now I have to tell you, I haven't used it like in a couple of weeks, so it's probably like a major update, but it's still, it's not moving right now at all. It's just halfway sitting there.
There it is. It's okay. Look,
all right, so you wanted to talk about this
Scott.
Marvel game.
Oh, Midnight Suns.
Tell people about this.
Okay. So Marvel Midnight Suns is a game that was created by Firaxis and 2K, which are the people that made the latest XCOM game. And so this game is a turn-based, tactical, superhero adventure that actually is a card battler as well. Like your attacks or all your actions are used, or you activate them through this card system. And people were definitely very skeptical of the whole thing at first, but once people got their hands on it, I think it won a lot of people over. Especially, well, I should say the people that are apt or open to playing a tactical turn-based game, because not everybody, that's not everyone, mind you, of course. But it's crazy because I was skeptical myself, because I'm just like, hey, is that a good way to like like indulge in the superhero, uh, like superhero fantasy? Like, am I gonna feel like a superhero? Am I gonna feel like I get to, play as Spider-Man or Doctor Strange or Captain America? And yeah, it feels great. I love it. It's like not only that, but there's a whole nother layer to it where you kind of live with the superheroes and hang out with them. That's like weird and awesome.
That does seem to be a common thread. Like, remember the Ms. Marvel character? She like got to live with the Avengers and become. She went to like Avengers Day and like got to hang out with Thor.
Right. That's the Square Marvel game that tanked, which is sad. Like, and the sad fact of the matter is, when they announced that Square Enix was making a Marvel game before they showed us what it was, I was hoping for something like Midnight Suns or similar. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But what we got was a friggin' games as a service superhero game that just didn't deliver, unfortunately.
All right, let's find out from Bing AI if Bing, how is Marvel? What's it called? Marvel. What's it called?
Which one? The
one we're talking about.
This is Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Marvel's Midnight Suns selling.
It's cold.
I want.
And welcome or not, this
failed to load response from OpenAI. Here we go.
Now, I thought OpenAI doesn't have like real-time data though.
Bing, which bought it, built it into their version.
Oh, so you can get real-time data.
Yes,
okay.
Marvel.
Oh.
I'm sorry. One more time? Midnight Sun.
Midnight Suns. Yeah.
Suns like SONS or SUNS?
No, the game is SUNS.
Oh, okay.
But it's wild because the comic is SONS, and I think they decided to kind of unpatriarchy it.
According to recent sales data, Marvel's Midnight Suns may have had a disappointing first month. According to PlayStation Digital Store sales in December 2022, the game was 14th most downloaded in the US and Canada and did not even crack the top 20 on the European charts. However, all versions of Marvel Midnight Suns are now 33% off, taking it at low as $40 on Steam. The game's two special editions are now $53 and $66.99 respectively. Oh, how about Redfall? Whew. Have you seen a game bomb get as trash as that in recent memory? Wow.
Dude, it's so sad. It's like
one of our viewers worked on it. Luxury.
Really?
Yeah. Luxury or Rocky. One of the guys that used to be in our chat room, he moved to another part of the world and has been working on Redfall.
I feel like Ninja System might work on the marketing team.
Yeah.
For it, which I'm just like, I felt. Yeah.
But it's like now I run everything up against I don't play VR poker anymore. Why? Because I love DMZ. I only have a limited amount of time, right? So I don't even think about VR because the gameplay in DMZ is so compelling that it gets my attention, right? So Redfall comes out, you have to convince people to give their time, let alone the money.
Yeah.
Forget the money, you can get them to buy it, but if they buy it and then the game sucks and there's no player base, then the whole thing just falls apart.
Yeah.
Redfall. All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Who in my friends list worked on Redfall? I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's see.
But I will say that like Marvel Midnight Suns is a good game. It's just niche, and that's what it boils down to. But at the same time, it's like how many times has people said, "Oh, such and such is a great game," but if people don't buy it, like it can be good and unsuccessful, right?
I have not really ventured into like the community stuff, but it's so funny. Like the because like I immediately start reading this post. Like Rochelle, she posts, "How about you, me, squat up, slay a bunch of vampires, take back the island of Redfall together," right? And then
Yeah.
Brandon Hofer, which is what's his name?
Yeah.
What's his name? He's like
Shadow Next Gen.
Shadow Next Gen. He says, "Looks fun. The odd gamer score is giving me pause though." And someone else says, "Do you really avoid games if they have weird numbered scores? I have a buddy who I know who would, but it still blows my mind." And then they're just talking back and forth. It made me remember what's his name? That guy.
Who's that?
You know, the guy who used to like creep on Jessica and Haley, and then he was like pretending to be
you're talking
someone
about
else.
Rob.
Rob, not
Coin Op Rob.
Coin Op Rob. No, the other guy, that the DCD. He had a whole thing go down around that guy. Remember that guy, the DCD Robert Workman?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Who has that story? Bring that story on. I don't know what happened, but it basically confirms everything that we thought back in the day, right?
Yeah. I mean, something definitely went down. I don't know what it was exactly, so I won't speak on it because I don't know. But yeah, something happened. Something happened.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going through Facebook, and I also see the backlash against Phil Spencer, who I guess did an interview on a podcast where he was like, "Look, there's no way we can beat Sony or Nintendo in the console wars. We can't do it. It needed to be done with the first generation Xbox. Because we lost that generation, nothing else is going to matter." And people were like, "Oh my God, he needs to be fired. This is ridiculous, blah, blah, blah." And look, they went into the subscription business, which I think has been successful.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I think the comments are about him claiming the reason sales have been down is because it's kind of coming off when they were limited and you couldn't get a PlayStation, but you could get an Xbox, and now you can get both. So sales are going to be, dropping off. But I will say that if over the last 12 months, some incredible Xbox only game came out, they probably would have sold more consoles, right? Like that's not a crazy statement to make. But I think
I agree.
Yeah, but to call him out and say he's got to go and he's done a terrible job, I can't remember an Xbox executive that's been this good in terms of like listening to the community, adding features people want. It's not easy to snap your fingers and pick up a Square Enix or an Insomniac, right? It just doesn't
I agree.
happen like that. And
also, too, I think it comes from people's short-sightedness and not realizing what Xbox's strategy is. Like Xbox has been trying to get away from the console for a couple generations now. So it's like from Xbox perspective, like just like how you said, where they have the subscription service. Like if Xbox could sell you Game Pass like Ultimate without having to sell you a console, they would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if they're like, whenever you buy whatever TV, it's gonna come. You pay the subscription and Game Pass will be right on it. Like I feel like that's where Xbox would be trying to go.
Yeah. Okay.
So
this is the website, by the way. I wanted to show people this website. It's really cool. These are all the different ways you can train the AI, right? So can you see this now?
It's a little tough to see. Like I think
that's not.
It's a little look. But I mean,
wrong one. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna do this. Okay. So these are all the different models. that you can train your AI. So like, let's say you had a picture of your wife and you wanted to make versions of avatars where she comes out looking like this. You basically take like 1,000 pictures of your wife or any person you want, you put them in a folder and you train the Stable Diffusion on that person's face. And then you download one of these, and these are all different styles. Look at that.
Is that all supposed to be the same person?
No, these are all different data sets, and they're giving you an idea of what you can generate using these data sets. So you want like a real person, right? I don't know why she turned her into a deer, but like, look at some of this stuff is just, it's incredible.
So none of these are actual pictures. These are all AI generated.
These
pictures.
are all AI generated and are almost like the cover art of what that data set can produce. So it's based on different styles of art. So this is like specific actresses. This is point of view face sitting. So if you wanted to train, if you wanted to train your data set on a character that's sitting on someone's face, there you go. There's a whole data set. It's probably like 5 gigabytes, right?
What in the world?
Oh,
that's crazy.
All right, my freaking iPad finally.
Are you coming back, Scott? Are you coming back?
I'm coming back. It's ridiculous. There we go. Wants me to log in. Your device has been paused. I don't know what's going on here. Use other network. It won't let me log on to my own. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, like, I left you on Face Sitter. Sorry.
I saw that.
Look at, I mean,
that's wild. So I mean,
you can definitely tell which gender makes most of the data set.
Right, exactly. So are you saying that?
Right? Doesn't that look like Kitsune from chat?
Yeah, I can see that. Like, so you could put people or take real life things and make them in the style of some of these templates.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah. And then like even like, you know, you can do architecture, landscapes, right? Like if you wanted to make a game pitch, right? You have a whole treatment written out on what your game's going to be like, but you don't have any artwork to kind of show what it would look like. You can use stuff like this to create. This is what the characters will look like. Oh, look, stained glass. Like just
it's like a stained glass mech.
Stained glass on anything. Yeah. Look at toasters.
That's pretty cool.
Robots. I mean, it's just never ending. And there are always 2 girls hugging. Look, oh, whoa. Look at these. And I don't know if these are real people or what, but look at Warhammer. It's so cool, right? Like, and then you can
very cool.
Print these out as like giant high resolution slime. Put slime on anything. Crazy. Whole cities of slime.
No, thank you.
No, it's like Splatoon. What's
no, Splatoon is ink. But I don't know if I would like a realistic version of that either.
To order. What is that? He's like, she's crawling over his lap to order.
Is that a he? Is that Ronald McDonald?
Where?
To the right?
Ronald McDonald.
It looks like it looks like a sexy McDonald's. Oh, there was Splatoon.
Where?
Up a little bit. Up, right. Yeah, that's like that. Yeah.
There it is. So see, I could just basically go here and then I go download. And then you basically download this. It's called Safe Tensors. This one's only 144 megs, so it's not very big. These are lures for the main 6 Splatoon characters: Callie, Marie, Pearl, Marina, Shiver, and Fry. These are not
Yeah.
LoRa's for generating inklings or octlings in general.
Mhm.
Models like AOM3 can already do that just fine. So stay away from my models if you want to do LoRa's or octolings. What's an octoling?
And inklings are squids, and octolings are octopus or octopi.
Look, this whole thing is just Splatoon. Don't you love the
Mhm.
internet? Look at this.
Yeah.
Just 6 of them.
It-
7. This is Splatoon.
That's really interesting. Not really. You know, like, you know, I mean, like they have outfits like that. Like that's more Splatoon. Yeah. But you know,
But like what other like let's see, what other Zelda, right? If you want Zelda style. Yeah. Oh jeez, look at
oh
this.
wow. That's nice.
Marvel. Oh, that's not oh, look at that. Look at these. That's awesome.
Even though that's DC. But yeah,
think
that's
about
really
like
nice.
like if somebody 2 years ago was able to generate these unique pieces, they would have been seen. They probably would have been given a 6-figure job, right?
Yeah, they probably would be. Yeah, yeah.
If you could do this,
Yeah.
especially as fat, like it would take a real artist way longer to do this. And so now you have people. It's kind of like the whole thing that's going on now, where people who are like engineers are taking 8 jobs and they're doing
Right.
them all remotely.
Right.
Like, having AI do all the work, and they're just like eating lunch.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Some of these are just She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Amazing. What else, Mayor Young? Anything?
What else
Celebrities.
indeed? Tell me what exactly, like, what happened with your monitor and VR?
Yeah, I told this story. God, this is unbelievable.
You told me this story? I missed it.
No, I
don't
said it
remember.
on the air. I'm just looking at these celebrity pictures. It's just
Like who? But
Tom Holland.
okay, that's Tom Holland. But
yeah. These are a lot of like Asian and anime. Like, don't you know Bunny Mommy?
I don't think I do. Who's Bunny Bobby?
I don't know.
Yeah.
She looks pretty good. What about Sephora Nori? You don't know her?
She looks like
she's a girl,
somebody,
a person.
Oh, I okay. Yeah, no, I don't know
Billie
who that
Eilish,
actually.
That looks like her. Oh, wow.
A little bit. The one on the left looks like her.
That's Emma Stone, Jessica Alba, Angelina Jolie. The involuntarily celibate man will not have to wait too much longer. Very soon, you'll be able to create your own girl or guy, and they'll just look exactly what you want, and then it'll be like goggles, but like their body will be some fleshy thing that you order from Sexazon, and then you'll have a girlfriend, and it'll feel like a real person, like a mail order. I just feel like we are so close to each of the species not needing the other. Girls are going to be like, I don't need a guy anymore. Guys are going to be like, I don't need a girl anymore. And that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a segment of the population that's going to marry, love, care for AI as though it's human. And you think I'm kidding? I mean, 100% telling the truth.
We already have people that have married virtual people.
Right. But I'm saying like,
but it'll be a real relationship, I guess, now.
Right. Because it'll be able to talk,
least,
and you'll be able to do FaceTime.
Yeah.
FaceTime my mom. And then your mom is going to get a call from Belle Delphine Ultimate. Hi, Mrs. Davis. I'm out on the field in the back of the house. I love the home that your son has built for us. Yes, me too. I live here too. I'm his other girlfriend. Your son is so popular. Right? Like you'll be able to have a harem of fake women. Remember when I was a kid, you used to be like, oh yeah, I have a girlfriend. She lives in Canada. I see her over the summer. Now you can be like, no, this is my girlfriend, Victoria Pedretti. Yeah, these are pictures of her. Yeah, and it'll be convincing, and you'll be able to
That's
play
crazy.
voicemails. You'll be able to call her. There's already a FaceTime thing where you can FaceTime the
AI?
yeah. Here, let me show you this video. Oh, it's so
Jeez.
awesome. All right, check this out.
What?
FaceTime AI
I didn't know you.
celebrity. Yeah, so like let's say you wanted to FaceTime with Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Lets you speak with any
later, but the only drawback is at the mode much lower. What you heard finding the right music.
to this video.
So I don't know what you heard and how it be higher, but there will be a lot more lag. So for fun, let us set the voice to Donald Trump
Voices.
right here. Now I'm gonna start it. You will see how much delay there is. So right now I'm speaking in the voice of
Donald Trump. I'm not sure when you're going to hear the audio. I'm not sure how much of a lag there is going to be, but I'm hoping that the lag is going to be pretty reasonable.
That doesn't
But
sound
I'm
good.
guessing that with
Pretty
better,
good.
the lag will be pretty high. Now let us
No.
decrease
Come on,
this
it's
slider, and now let's
literally
see how the
a
quality
few
is all
weeks
the way
in,
to the
right?
example. If
We're
you want to
on the
remove the watermark or
NVIDIA
choose a higher
RTX
audio, it
4080,
asks for
right? This is
beta pro. Maybe this
1.0.
will
This
remove
is
limitations. I
HTML
don't know. Let me know in the
1.0.
comments. Speaking
And
of
it's
restrictions,
freaking
the right
close.
video is always a
Think
struggle.
about it.
With epidemic
We
sound,
are.
Yeah. Oh no, it'll
It's the
get
first
better.
inning.
Yeah. And I'll
This
listen.
isn't the one though. This isn't the one I'm talking about. There's like celebrity AI FaceTime. They're selling like a subscription.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, this app lets you make fake FaceTime calls. Yeah. No. Oh, here we go. Are you going to video or what? Oh, that's just a story, not an actual clip. Videos. No. All right. Well, AI is going to ruin your life. I promise you at some point. It'll probably steal money from you. It'll make you think someone's dead. We are literally in the early innings, and I'm telling you, someone you know is going to get screwed by AI. It's going to be their job.
Oh no, I believe
It's going to
that.
be their a scam or something. So I recommend immersing yourself, or at least staying in the loop. Don't be like
Yeah.
Mayor Young and be like, I don't need to make pictures of Marvel characters. Next thing you know, Mayor Young is working in the baby battery factory for the Matrix robots, right? Because he was like, I don't need this. I don't need to use it. And
That's
then
what
you're the
happened.
first person they're
Yeah.
coming for. Like, who doesn't know AI? All right, let's head to the bingo parlor, vacuum all these souls up. Everyone that laughs at AI, they're the first ones that turn into batteries for the next generation of robots.
Oh, too funny. See, it's really interesting because I know for myself, like I've always kind of like even when the early days of uh like Siri or or if you're talking about like um like all the assistants, like I always speak to them like respectfully.
Mhm.
Like just not because I'm like, oh, they're gonna like the AI's gonna take over and they're gonna remember that I was nice to them.
I do the same thing. I say thank you and like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm talking to her like
yeah.
a real person. And I don't know. I think that's okay.
No,
To
I think
refer to AI as a person until
well,
they
but I
want
think
to
that
be a
it's
person, right?
I just feel like it's important. I think it's important to do just because I feel like there is like a certain socialization aspect that like, especially like if you're doing that more than you're talking to people, when you start to talk to people, you start to talk to them like that. Like you say things, you talk to people like you talk to the AI. So it's like you kind of have to like stay in practice of like speaking to people with a certain level of respect and like not deference, but like I guess more so like um just treating people decent. And I feel like like sometimes like especially like we don't talk to people necessarily like it live as much anymore. So if it's all text and it's all over social media, then it's like you just say things however you want to in all kind of the ways you wouldn't if they were like standing in front of you.
Yep. So my iPad is reconnected, but it's like my Wi-Fi is like, hey, there's some new device trying to connect to your Wi-Fi. So you should not let this thing
I guess we're not getting you back.
Yeah. It really won't let me connect. It's like, oh no, you don't have access to the internet in this house. So all right. Well, Mary Young, it's been great.
Always, Scott Rubin.
I think the AI did a good job with the script. We did AIO. We're gonna do the E3. It's May 13th, 1999. That was when E3 1999 took place. I've got about, I don't know, 15 hours, 20 hours of stuff. So I'm going to start ingesting this into my computer and see what is interesting and compile a good representative of each day of E3. And we'll see where, what, who, when, why, and how.
That's going to be amazing, man.
I think I'm going to do it on Twitter because YouTube will not monetize our stuff, but they'll make money off of me. Twitch will not monetize, but Twitter has allowed me to enroll for monetization, and they take 0 for the first year. Twitter will give 100% revenue to you, 0%, and only 10% after that. So I'm going to try and Twitter. If you hate Elon Musk, I'll give you a link to YouTube as well. All right.
There it is.
Yeah, always enjoy talking to you.
Always a good time, Scott Rubin. I'll talk to you next time. Good night, everybody.
See you later.